Hampton-Dumont-CAL football coach Cole Miller joins me after a 57-36 win over Woodward-Granger. Lots of different things with this game to talk about, but I guess big picture with this team. It's your first playoff win in 10 years. I mean, what does this mean for the program to be able to get this accomplished and to do it in the fashion that you did as well?
Yeah, that was it was a fun game. A lot of scoring, so our offense kept putting points on the board. Our defense, made the stops at the right times when we needed them, and our special teams was huge for us again tonight. And that's what we told them in the breakdown too. It's been 10 years since we've hosted a playoff game. It's been 10 years since we've won a playoff game, and they stamped that on their legacy tonight. They were the team that hopefully gets the ball rolling, and we can have some playoff success for some years to come. And they've paved the way. They've shown the young kids a great way to work to get here, and they've also showed those young kids that even though there's a little adversity in the season, like, it doesn't mean that your season has to end or has to be like that. You can flip the switch and write a better chapter.
What can you say about the ability to connect on a lot of those deep balls, those long plays, those like short drives? 2 or 3 plays in, you're scoring tonight.
Yeah, that was big. Slowed the game down a little bit, but with all the change of possessions and stuff, but that's huge because they were stacking the box to shut down the run, and our playmakers on the perimeter were able to get open. Blake was able to give them a good ball, and we had some dudes making some plays tonight on the perimeter. That was awesome. And then when they finally backed out of it, and that first drive of the third quarter, we were able to take advantage of it, hit a seam, and bust off a big run. So, when we're dynamic like that and we can take advantage of what the defense is trying to take away by, going the other way and still being successful, that's going to be huge for us.
A few huge plays in this game. First of all, that amazing catch by Aiden Keene. I don't know if I've ever seen a high schooler make a catch like that. I mean, that kind of gets you guys rolling right there. How cool is it to see a guy make such an amazing catch and a great play like that?
Yeah, that's fun to watch. He's really come into his own these last few ball games, and he's hitting his stride and doing some great stuff for us. And we always knew he was capable of it. It was just whether we were going to be able to make those connections and hit big on. And tonight we did, just like we did last week, and that opens up our run game if they have to dedicate another safety and coverage, and then we start running the ball, and then we can go right back to Aiden, and putting him and Brody on the same side. That's a tough combination for DBs to guard.
Ryder Struther houses a kickoff. What a great play that was. Obviously everything has to go right on a kickoff return to house one, but also in a crucial point in the game because Woodward-Granger just scored and kind of started putting some pressure on you guys. Yeah,
we responded well, and we knew we could get one. They had shown on film that they were kind of, there were some spots that we could take advantage of on the kick return, so they executed really well, and Ryder, walked the tightrope at the end, was able to punch it in, and he does a great job. He's really accepted his role in different ways than what he thought it was going to be at the beginning of the season. And I can't speak enough about his character and the way he leads, this program as one of our captains.
A lot of different plays we could touch on, but last one I want to make sure we touch on is the pick six by Madden Evans. So holy cow, for a lineman to do something like that. What can you say about him getting that done?
Yeah, that was awesome for him. I'm so happy for him. He's always wanted handoffs as he comes in and plays fullback for us, and he's always wanting a handoff. So he finally got to catch the ball even and then score a touchdown. And funny thing is, we just took Josh Wolford out of that play, and Josh Wolford plays the screen probably better than anyone else on our team. And the next play that Josh is out, Madden goes in, and Madden gets the screenplay that he would have been ready for too. So just kind of a funny thing there, but Madden, great for him to get that. Great for him to show off a little bit of the speed that people probably don't know he has, but good for him. I'm super proud of him.
And what a night for Blake Burmester at quarterback. I mean, he was playing like a senior out there tonight. He was hitting his spots, putting the deep balls exactly where they needed to be. 4 or 5 touchdowns. I don't even remember off the top of my head, but holy cow, what a game he had here tonight.
Yeah, I think he had 5, and Aiden had 3 of them, Brody had 2 of them, and they came at big moments in the game with some pressure breathing down his neck. He still delivered some great balls, and those guys made some great plays. Yeah, like I've said before, he plays older than he does. He's got composure in the like 2-minute drills, 4-minute drills. He's got composure in the pocket, and he really is smarter than he's smart beyond his years right now as a sophomore quarterback.
All right, just a couple things left for you here. We were talking on the broadcast tonight how you guys were off to a 1-4 start. Back-to-back losses early in the year to Iowa Falls, Alton, Vinton, Schellsburg. Things are not looking great for you guys at that point. But what does it say about the team, the fact that you guys were able to bounce back in the fashion that you did, earn a home game, and put together this performance and really kind of put Class 2A on notice tonight?
Yeah, I think no one wants to go through that type of adversity, but sometimes I think it really did make our kids stronger. Like it showed them, one, that they had the resilience to fight back from a position like that when nothing was going our way. We were losing to rivals, dropping district games that we probably shouldn't, and we really had to claw and fight back to get to the second seed and host a game. And even that last, winning wasn't just enough to host last week. We had to score enough points, and they did that. And so I feel like it's just helping us breed confidence, going through that adversity, knowing that we can fight back and get to where we need to be. And the kids, I think they're stronger for it.
All right, and last thing for you tonight, what kind of comes to mind for second round of the playoffs? Obviously, maybe a few things to clean up here and there going into what's certainly going to be an even better opponent coming up next week.
Yeah, we really got to clean up some stuff on the defense. We gave up a little too many points, but like I said, they made great plays when they had to, so that was huge. But we'd rather not be in shootouts down the stretch, but everyone's good when in the playoffs, so the scores are going to be like that. Offensively, we just need to keep the balance that we have rolling, and be able to take advantage of whatever the defense has given us. So we've done a great job there, and we need to keep that rolling.
All right, that's Hampton-Dumont-CAL football coach Cole Miller on a 57-36 win over Woodward-Granger here in the first round of the Class 2A playoffs. Thanks for the time, Coach. Congrats on the win.
Thank you. Appreciate you.